Okay, so I got a new toy, and it's coming from Florida. My wife and I were down there and staying at my dad's place, and the next door neighbor is a friend of ours, and she said, hey, you should buy my Jeep. So yeah, we're getting a Jeep. It's a Jeep Wrangler TJ 99 with 130,000 miles. It's always been a Southern vehicle. There's not a speck of rust anywhere on it. So I had my wife's son help me. I met the truck driver at the truck stop just right up the road. And I think he may have taken a detour. Must enjoy driving it. He used to have one, so he was probably more excited about it coming than I was. Maggie, come back. That's good. What do you think, turd? Yep, there's the Hawaiian girl. And we got a sticker there that comes off. And we are rust free. Got some decals there that need to come off, and there. We do have a bent door right in here. Somebody backed against something, but we'll straighten it out if we can. If we can't, it's hidden. The top's in good shape. Maybe some mirrors. Yeah. Definitely needs carpet. Got a tow bar that needs to be taken off. And got a dent here. And another little dink here. But those, I think, can be tapped out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's the donut. There's no donut there anymore. Yeah, it's got Florida sun fade, but it does not have Ohio cancer. Okay, so on plastic, some kinds of plastic, not all plastics, but some plastics, you can heat them with a torch or a heat gun and it darkens it. As you can see, this is supposed to be gray and it's pretty much white from sun damage. So I got a torch, we're gonna try it. I'd say it's working. There's definitely a fine line between not enough and too much. You know, I always said I don't like red vehicles because red vehicles attract cops. And I love the police. I am a very strong supporter of the police department, but that being said, I don't want them pulling me over. May or may not have had a lead foot when I was a kid. Of course, you know, I wouldn't have that now. I drive with common sense, and you know, I drive decent. But there was a time where I had a lead foot. There was a time when I had to take defensive driving on numerous occasions because of having a lead foot. And red vehicles are more noticeable. It's statistically proven. They are more noticeable. So, I prefer not to have red vehicles. This is the second red vehicle I've ever had. The other red vehicle I had was I want to say mid-90s Isuzu Amigo back in the day when I was a teenager. So, they're again a convertible top two-door SUV. So, apparently when I get a two-door convertible SUV, it's going to be red. It's starting to get dark out. I'm going to go see how these headlights do. Oh, golly. Can't see where I'm going. Ah, garage door opener. Can't go far without that. I mean, I can. I can't close the door again. All right, so got a project today. I've got used motor oil that I got from a friend of mine, and I'm going to mix it with hydraulic oil. And I'm going to lift this thing up. I'm going to spray the inside of this thing completely full of this oil mixture, and hopefully we can keep this thing from rusting. It is absolutely clear of rust right now, and I want to keep it that way. So I'm going to try to lift the back end of this thing way up and get underneath there and do some spraying. We're starting to scrape at the front end. I think that's far enough. Yeah, we'll be able to get to everything there. That ain't going nowhere. So, I went to a buddy of mine's house, and this thing's about 3/4 full of used motor oil. I'm going to fill it the rest of the way with hydraulic fluid. There. That should be good. I have this gun. This is made to put spray-on bed liner on. It comes with like a Raptor liner or something like that I purchased at some point. I've got like 3 or 4 of these laying around. So I can get into all these different holes and I can spray everything down real good. I'll put a hose onto here. This is thin enough. I should be able to put about a 10-foot hose on it and be able to spray. So let me grab a piece of hose. Okay, I'm going to have to run to the hardware and get a piece of hose. I don't have any here. Not a problem. I'll be back very shortly. Just got back from the hardware store. This stuff will slide right on up over here, like that. And I think I can actually also fit it on here. Maybe. I think with a little persuasion. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just want about maybe that much on this end. Let me cut that off. So that just gives me a little bit on that end to get in the frame and aim it where I want to aim it. So this down here, we will actually, you know what, that's not going to stay straight for me. You know what? I've got an old piece of copper tubing. I could stick it down through the center of the copper tubing, and the copper tubing would hold it straight. And I'm going to use a Sawzall to cut this because I want to cut it at an angle. That way, it can't suck against the bottom. Now, if I take this, stick it down through there. Yeah, that way, absolutely. But stuff is really curly. How can I get, you know what, hold on. So, if I use this heater and heat it just a little bit, maybe we can get those stretched out of there. Let's see. Okay. Now, we stick this through here like that. You know what? I want to tape that so I don't pull it out. There. Oh yeah. Look at that. Oh yeah, we are ready. Okay, now we need to lift this thing up. Okay, right down there at the bottom, the brackets for the tow bar are starting to hit. So I think that's as far as we want to go. Now, I guess let's see how this works. I'm trying not to spray it on the exhaust, but I'm inevitably going to get some on the exhaust. So let me show you what's going on here. So if you look right there, you'll be able to see it coming out of there. The fog. By the way, I don't recommend ever, actually no, I don't, not just do I not recommend it, don't do what I'm doing. This is probably pretty stupid crawling underneath here like this, but you know what? I trust it. That doesn't mean you should. If it falls on me, call 911. Can you see it splattered on my glasses and on my face? Doesn't taste the greatest. All right, now I need to drop it down, turn it around, and see if I can lift the front somehow. Wow. So, I don't know if I can show you this or not, but if you look at this tube right there, that tube is coated in oil all the way through, and I only sprayed from the other side. So, I know it's fogging in there real good. So now, I'm still going to spray it from this side as well, but it really makes me feel good to know that it is fogging it all through that tube just from spraying from one side, because that tells me the frame, the same thing is happening. That air compressor is so darn loud, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and drop it down, then I'll open the hood and make sure there's no spots inside that I need to do. Whew. It's a lot of oil. It's all over my glasses. I don't know if you could see that, but anyways. Yeah, let me just reiterate. Just because I did it does not mean it's safe. So do not lift a vehicle with a forklift and get underneath it. I would not recommend. Wow, I just smudged that good. You would drive it into the house and just park it on the gravel, maybe beside yours? It's not too hard to get my stepson to drive the Jeep. Okay. Got my truck in here. Decided I'm going to do that while I've got a mess going on. Do not crawl underneath there like I am doing. It is absolutely not safe. Okay. Think I'm ready to drop this thing down, spin it around, and see. I don't know if we can lift the front or not. We'll just have to see. I don't know if you noticed, when I was pulling in, I hit the brakes and I just kept right on going. So, you know, oil on the floor. Now, I'll pull this thing outside on the gravel, which my parking lot here is ground up asphalt grinding. So this oil will just rejuvenate the asphalt, so to speak. I've got oil all over my hair. I guess, talk about greasy hair. Anyways, I'm going to get this thing outside. Darn, that air compressor's loud. It should stop soon. Anyway, whatever. Well, I'm going to get this thing outside. I got it all oiled up in every crack and crevice, nook and cranny, whatever you want to say. Get it outside, then I'm going to take sawdust, clean the floor up, and then we'll have to let this drip off for a few days and go from there. Yeah, you know what? On this side, I do have some rust started already. There. You know, it's going to be messy on the outside of the vehicle until I get that washed, but we're going to let that soak into the rust that's there already. Then when I wash it, that metal that's bare from the paint being off and the rust that's there will be saturated with the oil, and hopefully we can prevent that from continuing to go any further. Of course, now the air compressor turns off. I just hope you heard all that. I think you did, according to the meter thingy on the camera, but of course it had to wait until I was done talking. That's Murphy's Law. Wow, I didn't have power steering. Let's see if that works. I think I just pulled the wire loose. Let's see. Hey, look at that. Now I've got power steering again. Huh. I pulled the wire out of the power steering thing. And now the exhaust is hot and smoking. So let me park this thing. Don't want to catch fire. That would suck. So, when I was pulling or lifting that thing with my forklift, there's a wire for the power steering that I must have hit. Man, how do you like that? See that smoke rising? Yeah, I got some on the exhaust. Here's the rust, existing rust that I have, that I sprayed on the outside, and here too. Typical Dodge rust. Oh wow, I was dripping out of my tail light there. Huh. You know what, I wonder if I should probably open up my tailgate. You know what, I think I should. I should open up that tailgate and spray inside there, because the bottom here is starting to get rust on that seam. So I'm going to pull inside. I'm going to take these out, and I'm going to spray that real quick. If I can lift you guys down in there or not. I need to go all the way down in there, but if you look right here, we got some rust, but the bottom is way down in there, and we've got quite a few holes to spray through, so let me get that, and we'll just spray that good. I'm kind of partial to Chevys, because that's what my dad had when he was growing up, and I just feel like Chevys are just good trucks. I like them. And someday, you know, but I drive what I can afford. And right now, a Dodge is what I can afford. Alrighty. Now, I have to clean up. I hate cleaning up. You know, they have maids for houses. I wonder if they have shop maids. You know, someone who comes and cleans your shop, puts your tools away where they belong, cleans them. You know, instead of doing laundry, I just have them do my shop cleaning. I like that idea. If I ever get rich, that's what I'm going to do. Hire my wife a maid for the house, hire myself a maid for the shop. I like that idea. Gosh, I'm brilliant sometimes. Wouldn't that be awesome if... Wow, that lighting is terrible. Anyways, wouldn't it be awesome to have a maid for your shop? I mean, look at this. I've got trash that needs to go out. That's trash. I need to save that roll bar for the 230. I don't know that I'm going to use it, but I want to save it just in case. You know, I got stuff laying everywhere. And then look at this crap. What a freaking mess. I need a shop maid. Oh well, I don't know if there's any such thing. I gotta go. I gotta clean up. And I'm not going to bore you with showing you that. So see you in a few days when we take a look to see what the vehicles look like now that they're oiled up. So, got this little DJI Mic Mini. I just was a little more impressed by this thing. So, yesterday I was recording a video, and I had this clipped on like I always do, you know, right there. Well, I remember, well, first of all, let me start with this. This morning I come out here, and I want to record this video of me washing the Jeep now after I, oiled it all up a few days ago. And I can't find the mic. And I remember, oh crap, I had it on my shirt last night when I went in the house still. And forgot to take it off the shirt. And this morning, when I needed my microphone, I couldn't find it. And then I remembered, oh crap. And my wife is amazing. I can take my clothes off, throw them in the hamper, and the next morning when I wake up, the clothes I wore the day before are washed, cleaned, and folded, put away. And so if you see me wearing the same shirt like 10 days in a row, it's because my wife does laundry so snappy. I mean, she's on top of it. And, I never get down past like the second shirt ever. So anyways, long story short, the microphone was in the washer on the shirt this morning. So I brought it out. Hey, it powers on. It looks great. Looks like everything's going to be okay, except it didn't give me the sound level indication on the camera, which tells me it's not getting any input from the mic. So I used a heat gun on it a little bit, thinking maybe there's, some water in there on the microphone or something. And wouldn't you know, it works. I am impressed. I don't know. Maybe the DJI Mic Mini is supposed to be waterproof. I don't know. I didn't even check it out. But the fact that it went through the washer, the whole, cycle of a washer, I'm impressed. So, anyways, back to what we were doing. I'm going to wash the Jeep because if you look, there's oil spots. I don't know if you can see it. There's oil all across here. There's oil running down the side here. Yeah, there you can see it. So the whole front of the grill is covered in oil. There's oil here. Yeah, it is time to give it a wash and get rid of the oil that's on the surface where we don't want it. So I'm going to try to get this camera up. I got it attached to the forks on my forklift. See if I can get it up and get you a nice view. Bird's eye view. Okay, we're using Dawn dish soap because Dawn is tough on grease, right? Definitely needs a good buffing, the whole Jeep. I think if I buffed the whole thing, it would really start to shine. And if you'll notice, I don't have a mirror here. That's because I'm actually redoing the mirrors. Let me show you. These mirrors were really corroding and stuff, if you look at some of the first pictures of it. So I took them all apart. I lasered them to get them clean. And then, I don't know if you can see that there. There, I engraved Jeep in here and then painted the whole thing. And then down here, let's see if I get a good angle here. I put the classic Jeep silhouette on there. So that's just engraved right here in the hinge. And then Jeep right there. So, kind of dumb, but I engrave everything. Literally everything. So that mirror isn't quite done yet. I'm going to be finishing that up today and getting it on there. And we'll go from there. This video was supposed to be about the Jeep and ended up involving my truck back there too. But I got it all oiled up. The frame is all coated with oil. Let me take you underneath there and show you what it looks like. So the Jeep is looking really good. Look at this underneath here. I mean, we are completely rust free. We still got some drops sitting around in here, but I sprayed up into those holes. I sprayed into those holes. I sprayed everywhere. And yeah, everything is coated real good. And we should not have any issues with rust, I'm hoping. So I even sprayed up in there as much as I could. I can see on the screws, there's drips on those screws. So there's going to be more videos on the Jeep, but there's also another project that came up. It's kind of a dual project because I'm not busy enough, you know. I got to get more things to do, more irons in the fire. So I sold my Steiner 430 and I bought these two. They are both Steiner 430s with the Kubota gas engine, low-hour machines that were used for snow removal. So they're rusty, but they are low-hour machines that when I'm done with them, they will look like brand new, function like brand new, and they'll essentially be brand new. So stay tuned for that. The 230 is going to be for sale soon. My wife isn't liking it, so that's going to be for sale. Here's another project. I don't know. It's my Harley. It's a 1200cc Sportster. I hardly ever ride it. I rode it a lot before I met my wife, but I never ride it. I might put 10 or 15 miles a year on it, and it's just not worth keeping it for that. But it was my first Harley, so I just haven't been able to get rid of it yet. So we'll see. I also have the bucket for the Kubota that has to be done yet. I've got lots of projects, so stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe to make sure you don't miss anything. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.